How badly have the U.S. strikes damaged Iran's nuclear facilities?
Trump strikes Iran, visualizing U.S. and Israeli airstrikes on Iran, retaliation in maps.
Strikes on Iranian nuclear sites thrust U.S. into escalating Middle East conflict.
Ways Iran may respond.
And you are going to hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you are not alarmed, for those things must take place, but that is not yet the end. For nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and in various places there will be famines and earthquakes. But all these things are merely the beginning of birth pains. Matthew 24, 6-8.
There have been wars, there have been rumors of wars for a very long time. It's nothing new. You've heard of them, you've seen the headlines, and it's been the case for a very long time. But you see, it's not just that we have had wars before, it's when these rumors and when these actual wars are happening at the same time as some of the other prophecies, when it's happening simultaneously, when the frequency, instead of once in a while, it's picking up and it's constant and they're together. That's when we know we're getting closer to the end. Not just closer to the end, but closer to the return of Jesus. So again, it is not significant when one of these prophecies stand alone when we see one of them, but rather when they are simultaneous with others. Now, as the Bible verse said, as we listened to earlier, this is really the beginning of the end. It is not the end. Did you notice that? It's the beginning. Now, you can take that as good news or you can take that as bad news, because indeed it's going to be one or the other. Why would it be bad news? Well, some people might be thinking, man, if this is just the beginning, what is next? Right? It could look like disparity. It could look pretty bad, to say something. The future may not look bright if that's supposed to be just the beginning. So you can take it like that for one of the options, or you can take it as good news. Now, why good news? Because if this is just the beginning, that means there is time. That means there is time, but not just time to waste or to goof off, fool around. Rather, time to choose Jesus, to align yourself with the principles of His Word. Time enough so that you can receive Him, accept Him. Time to receive Jesus in your heart, to choose whom you will serve. Yes, it's not too late. There is still time. So, as we have already highlighted, it's not the end when we see these wars and rumors of the wars. But couple them together with some of the other prophecies, we know we are getting there. Now, not only that, but something to note is that what these other prophecies even are. That'll be another video, but for now, I will say that they're not exactly good news either. They do show a decline in society, a decline in morals. That's what the picture looks like. But those are not the verses that I would like to emphasize at this time. While they are important, yes, but I believe there is one verse, even there in Matthew chapter 24, one verse that I think should stand out that often is forgotten, even though it's right there in the same chapter. One that is not in the beginning part, but also not one of the signs that are of the end, but the sign of the end. Did you know that that's in that verse? I want to share that verse with you. That verse, by the way, is found in verse 14.
And this gospel of the kingdom shall be proclaimed in the whole world as a witness to all the nations, and then the end will come. Matthew 24:14.
Often people are drawn to the verses that speak on the earthquakes and the famines, the various destructions and all of that. And I get it, yes, it is important, but I believe the verse just shared is the one that we need to pay very, very special attention to. I believe the focus needs to be on the part where we are to be spreading the gospel. But now the question has to be, what is that? What is the gospel? Well, allow me to make that a little bit easier for you, but you're going to do this yourself, at least this time. So pull up your favorite Bible app or go to your favorite Bible website And on the search bar, just go ahead and type in the word gospel. Do a word study. Check out the context. What is the verses that speak before, after? What are they talking about? What are the words? What is the information that you get from it when you're in this part of the Bible, that part of the Bible, and so on? Now, not only just do that, but once you have a pretty good idea of what the gospel is, share it. Now, the word gospel is not the only word of interest that I find in verse 14 there. There's another one. And that verse is testimony. Let's look at it this way. I want you to think about the different ways God has protected you. I want you to think about prayers that He has answered. I want you to think about the different times He has protected you. You see, God has been good to you whether you've recognized it or not, whether we recognize it or not. God has been good. And so that is part of your story. Couple that with the gospel, what you will find, which means good news. So couple the good news that you're going to find when you do the word study with your own story and how God has been good to you, and share that. It's going to be special. It's going to be part of those things that the Bible records, that when we can do this on a worldwide level scale, not by force, but as Jesus would, then the end comes. When the end comes, because it will, when Jesus returns, picture this. Picture, as you look around you, people that are going to be saved because you granted them, you allowed them, you were a part of a sequence of events where you gave them the opportunity to get to know Jesus through your testimony and through your sharing of the word, so that they could choose Him to receive salvation. You can be a part of that. Isn't that something special? Is that something that you desire though? You can make a difference because we are not yet at the end, because there is still time. The next move is yours.